Hey there, this is Greg T from the Image Stop doing a tutorial overview of some of the forms that are used in the builder that we used and that we use for building most of our websites, and how that form can or needs to be formatted to assist you with not only having the fields and things that you want on your form, but having them send to you the way that you would like to. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use the form on the ARMA International Education Foundations. That's armaedfoundation.org, and just as an example to that. So what we're going to do is we're going to look here. In this particular instance, we have here, some of the first portions of the form say, hey, I've read all the application requirements located in the toggle above, which is right here. Nice one to have there, and that can be closed, so I'm just going to close that for now. And then we have I am requesting, and so on and so forth. And then we have the information, everything down here. Now, there's a few things. Now, we're going to cover not just what is kind of sitting on this form and the first part as far as the send and receive and how that's labeled for you, but we're also going to talk a little bit about conditional arguments. That's not being used in this form, but I'll kind of just cover that just as an educational thing. So here, let's do this. So first off, I'm going to go into the back end of the form. I've got this open on another page here. So we got this. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a look here. And right now, so we have all the fields. Now I want to explain a little bit about fields. And we're going to use the I am requesting field as an example. We go to here, and this call is being, here we go, I am requesting. Now I will say that the star is not necessary in that case. The star, I believe they've got that in place just to, let people know that this is a required field. How you can do that is you go down here to, in the section here for field options, making sure that's required field, and show the asterisk on the front end. That will show that. That's where you have the radio buttons here. So they select the section, and that can be for anything from the radio buttons, all those different fields. So as long as we select required fields, show asterisk on the front end, let's go back in. There you go on the live page. That's why that red star there. So I'd recommend in cases like that, if you want to put that extra star there, that's fine. However, because of the fact that it's already in place, I'd recommend removing it. Now, you notice here, phone is a required field on this as far as the selection, but it's not as far as how it's typed out in this one. I'm not sure if the client wants it that way, but this tutorial will help them to decide how they're going to actually do that, and they can make the adjustments as necessary. But what I want to talk about here is this text part here. Note the field ID. Now, the field ID is the key thing for how your information is shared through the email that gets submitted from your website. Let's take a look at that. I'm going to go back to all the fields. So we have all these fields here, and those are the names of the field, the ID, as I just mentioned. So as we scroll down, you're going to find the admin email and confirmation email. Now, I'm going to start with confirmation just because it's on the lower side. This is the one that gets sent because we have it activated. This will end up getting sent to the person who's filling out the field. And that happens because, and the field is called email, is the one that gets showed. This is the email field. Now, if I scroll back up to the top, there's that email field right there, as far as the email ID. Now, I'm going to open the admin one and kind of do this. I'm going to scroll this, get this a little bit further open. So what the client was explaining is that they're receiving it saying name of school instead of I am requesting. Well, this is the reason why. What we have here is we go into the email it's sent, and this is how it's sent. So the text that you want to add, you can call it whatever you want. You could say this field, and it's going to come that way. In this case, we're going to say, we're going to say I am requesting, and okay, right here, this needs to be requesting. That was the ID we used in that field. Let's go take a look and make sure. Right there, requesting is the ID name. So we go down here, and there is the ID name requesting. That's now going to take the information that's entered into that field by the person on the form and plug that into. So it's the 2 percentage signs, then the ID name, and then the 2 percentage signs. You notice up above we got the full names, his first name, middle name, last name. That's set up in such a way so that when the person puts that information in, it would just flow. So that when the client receives this email, it will say, in my case, Greg, William Floyd, Travnik, right there, or just Greg T, as you know me. So that gives you a little bit here. Now in this case also, the client noted that they're getting this kind of degree. Well, it's not on the form. Well, that's just because it's been entered. What's happened is they've probably copied a pre-existing form or changed or removed some fields. When you remove the fields on a regular form, you need to delete that line too, so that it doesn't, show that, here is the thing that would have been entered in that case. Okay. When you do this edit though, make sure you also go down and go into the confirmation email, because it has also been set up with the same fields right there, so that, there we go, the person entering it gets all these things as well. Now everything's all set, should be the same, sent the same way. That's it. So I'm going to go and save the changes, go here, click that purple button, publish. Now that should be set to roll. Now, one thing of note on this particular form, if I actually go into the, I'm going to go into the post back end here. If you go into that, you'll see that this one here is scheduled to be launched here March 20th. Right, and at basically 1 minute into the new day. That's because they have a deadline thing. Cool thing to know is that you can set up some of your pages and things to launch at certain times, in case you weren't aware. Thought I'd just do a little extra while we're doing it. So that's all. That's great, T. Hope that makes sense for you. And if you have any questions, please reach out. Love to have them, and love to do a video for you on maybe some things that you need some assistance for, that we can also assist other clients with. That's why we do the videos. Awesome. So take care, and thank you.